what I want to say before I don't say it is
Okay.
that
I was going the right way on a one-way street.
Eli is dialed. Um, Ken is right there. Great opportunity for the championship and stuff this season. And like I said, they're the polish. But I think Hunter just got enough of a taste of what it's like to be up front and be that close and run the pace with the two polished guys and not allow Sexton to, get too close. I think he has enough experience with that now that he just changed. I think he just entered the picture where he was like kind of on the edge of like, hey, he might break through. That was a breakthrough ride. Not because of how he did, none of that. Just that Eli and Ken were going at it, riding good, fast, and here comes Sexton riding really fast. And Hunter took control of that pretty much and put the pressure on everybody and almost won it. And, if he would have been a jerk, he could have. And decided, hey, I'm in this for the long haul. I respect Eli. And I think Hunter just turned a corner, and he's now a serious contender for the championship.
What do you think is over? What do you think life is like over there at Honda? Is this a good opportunity for Hunter being the top dog, because Jet is unfortunately, is nursing an injury. And so all the pressure is on him. I think Hunter does a great job with pressure. And this is kind of in a weird way, a funny opportunity for him to really excel and be that top guy.
I agree. It's a huge growth spurt and just a bit of a gift, and not at the expense of his brother or anything. I mean, it might be good for Jet to have a little bit of a pause because life was coming at him real fast. And so I think the vibe over at Honda, I don't know, but I would imagine it's pretty good. And they see the same thing I just saw. I imagine Johnny I think Hunter went through a lot of injuries and stuff, and coming from Europe, he came here, a lot of stuff. And Johnny was, I think, pretty instrumental in helping him, like, come on, dude, you can do it. And to see Johnny's on the, watching the race a little bit there. I've been around Johnny a lot. I know his faces and expressions, and that's like a son out there to him, probably. He really takes a lot of care with that whole family. But I think Hunter, especially because of some of the stuff that he had to overcome, and so he's real proud of him and probably going, dude, you can win. Absolutely, you can win. You see that? So it's kind of like that Rocky 3 when he was just getting punched, and then all of a sudden they got into it and mad, and he's like, you ain't so bad. And he realized, like, I can do it. That's it. I can do it. I think Hunter may have just had that. It's not a fluke thing. Which segue, I guess. When I saw how happy Prado was and kind of surprised after Anaheim, that said a little bit to me. So I was interested how he would respond at round 2. And I was really bummed that he dropped back. I think he had arm pump or something.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that he got a mid-pack start and then got tight, but he was like P2 qualifying, and then, he had a really good heat race. But yeah, I was really bummed seeing that too.
So when you got, I learned some of this like towards the end of my career and then watching other guys after and then coaching a little bit with Villeman and stuff, that to conceal your emotions a little bit more. Like if you're surprised, don't show that, like you expect that. And then go back to the truck and do jumping jacks and celebrate, but don't do that in front of everybody,
Wait. So do you think that he should have concealed his emotions a little bit more after A1?
Yeah, business. This is what I was going to do last year. And now I'm where I belong. I'm comfortable. And Tomac's over here, a high tide floating all these ships. And I'm right there. And he's the guy, but I'm right there with him. And I think maybe the expectation of, hey, can I do that again? Just, goes to your head, and then that goes to your arms. Anytime I had any doubts or anything, I had arm pumps so bad. As a matter of fact, the opening round of the series was at San Diego in '85, and I got 11th. Arm pump. I'm riding around on an incredible works bike, the last year of the works bikes, and I'm number one. I'm the guy, and I got 11th because of arm pump. And that was just doubts and expectations and worry and all that. And that seemed to get the better of Prado. I hope he can respond from that, because Eli should be giving Plessinger and Prado like a little bit of extra incentive. And there he is doing that. And he's part of our team. And I remember at Honda, somebody had already just won a race or was leading the championship on our team. So when we rode during the week, it was like, there's the ceiling right there. That's that's the guy that's winning. And it helped us all be faster on the weekend. So I think Tomac should bring some of that for his teammates.
It's interesting you say that. So do you think Tomac is more of in that mentor type of leadership role there at KTM to help those guys, since he may not be there for multiple years? This might be the last, or maybe one more year that we'll see Tomac, or do you think he's just
I don't know that that's his motive or anything, but I think it'll just ooze, and if the other guys are paying attention, and they should be.
Okay. Because I heard
Prado seems pretty astute, and I think they'll see what's going on over there and see lap times and ways he does stuff and pick it up. And so one thing that I've noticed from last year to this year with Eli, and answer your question, Rob, about how I think he looks, I thought he looked fantastic right away. The very first time he threw a leg over the bike that I saw a video of, it looked good, comfortable, the color, the whole thing. I thought, man, this guy's dialed already. And then to see how there's a couple of switchback corners, and he's getting in so fast and zero pause and just getting on the gas, and it's like he's whipping around corners and a lot of times feet up. So whether he saw the balance of Jet and thought, I need to dial my balance in a little bit more. He used to be the balance guy, feet up. And he seemed like he got a little kind of notchy and get on the gas, and always be some kind of have to fix it because he got on it too early and had to. Now it's real smooth in and out of everything, and it seems like his balance has improved a lot. And that could be bike, or he made a conscious effort to work on it and the bike just was extra. But the balance seems to be the thing that makes his lap times really fast and consistent, because there's no mistakes. It's all really clean.
So, okay, I thought this was interesting, is what Sexton did to Cooper Webb, where these guys were title contenders last year. Maybe this was more of an FU to him winning the title over Sexton last year by 3 points by taking him out. But there was really no noise about this. It was all about Deegan and Max, with Deegan taking out Max. David, what is your thoughts on this get together? Do you think this was just an accident, or do you think Sexton actually went in there to take out Webb or just block pass him?
It was I think an attitude thing a little bit, which could stem from because we didn't get to see all that led up to that. There could be some little, insides, and they're holding each other up and like, come on, man. And so finally it's just like, look, I don't care. I don't think he did anything bad, but he could have left Webb a little bit more room perhaps. And Webb probably should have anticipated, like, hey, what if he runs me high, and have a plan B ready to go so you don't fall. So from Sexton getting, starting last, there's a little bit of frustration going on. And then when he got to Webb and whatever, his patience was done. So he's like, look, I don't care. Whatever happens, happens. I have the inside. I'm not trying to take you out. But if you go down, you go down.
Yeah, well, Sexton was just unglued. I mean, that's the best when we see him. Like I said on my reaction video, Hangtown, I believe a year or so ago, when he was on the ground around the first corner and then got up from 40th and won. It was something like the qualifying times didn't reflect that. He was not 5 seconds a lap faster to be able to do that, but somehow in the moto was able to do that. And Sexton is the only guy here in the last decade that has been able to ride like that, including Jet. So, and he was just in that unhinged zone after hitting the gate to where I almost think that he should start backwards or something, because
definitely getting a fight in the tunnel,
Yes, hype him up a little.
When he's mad, when I was mad, I was fast. I couldn't maintain that the whole race, and I couldn't, I would get maybe fourth at some race and just like, oh my gosh, I had the fastest heat, the fastest semi. I come into the main with first pick and screw it up. I wanted the next race to be right then. And then that drive and that desire and that intensity and that angry, like I'm going to fix it, it wears off by the next weekend. And you just think, gosh, why can't I just feel like I did on Tuesday, when that coming Saturday? It's really hard to maintain. But I think Sexton, when he gets mad, it's fast. I'm not saying he should always be mad, but have you seen Deegan get mad and just figure out how to stay up with a guy to get